वंदे हैं हम उसके, हम पे किसका जोर। उम्मीदों के सूरज निकले चारों ओर। इरादे हैं फौलादी, हिम्मती हर कदम, अपने हाथों किस्मत लिखने आज चले हैं हम। Hello everyone, this is me Sagar Pal. I welcome you to my new YouTube channel Sagar Programming, and you are watching C++ Print a Recursive Approach lecture number 2. So today's our topic is recursion. Before deep dive into recursion, first let's understand what is function. So function are of two types, uh, built-in function and user-defined function. So built-in function, I will take one example, but let's deep dive into uh, user-defined function. So user-defined function uh, also consists of two things. One is function definition and one is function calling. Let me write also. So there are two types of function, uh, built-in and second is user-defined. These are functions. And user defined, so built-in functions are basically those functions which are already made in the C++. While creating the C++, these functions are already made, and user defined function are those functions which we will make. We according to our need, we will do some implementation and then we will do the changes. So coming to the user defined function, user defined function also consists of two things. One is user defined. Okay, defined. Huh. So user defined also consists of two things. One is function definition, and second one is function calling. So function definition, as the name is only suggesting that it is defining the function, and where it is in function calling, we are calling that function. So in function definition, we are creating the whole function, and when we have created the whole function, then after making that, we are calling that function, or calling that function, we can also say it, assessing that function. So function definition, let's now go into some coding part, and then and there we will understand what is definition and what is calling. So let me open the notepad. Okay, and there set command prompt. So if I have already taught you how to create a basic syntax of the C++, h include iostream using namespace std, which allocates the memory, and int main, and at the end return 0. So now let's create a function. So for function, I'm taking the example of area of rectangle. So if we are calling the area of rectangle function, so area, we have given the name of the function. So area, we will pass what all the things we will pass in area, the length and the breadth. So there will be two values which we will pass, and the values which we pass is also known as parameters. So here it will come int l comma, no, not int l, only l comma b, because we are passing only two values. So int area, int l comma int b. So function definition, if we will divide this also into further, the function definition is also consist of three things. Its return type, what it is returning, what all are the parameters it is taking, I mean the values, the variables which it is taking, and what is the body, and what is the body of that function. These are the three things which we have to uh, we keep in mind while creating the function definition. So int, so as we all know, area will be calculated in int. If these values are not in float, then it is will be int. And if we are taking this int, so obviously the value will be in integer only. So this way we create the function definition, and this is function calling. Means we have created the function, now we are calling it. So let me make this function fully. So int area, so we will return this, return L into B. And this we have to keep in mind while calling the function. That this function is returning something. This function is returning an integer. So this function we have to store in some variable. So I will create a variable int, what should be the variable name? My area, my name I have taken Sagar. So int Sagar I have created. Now let's make this in this way. We create the area variable, and this we will write it as funds. Make it have some standard funds. So func will calculate the area, and we will store this area into, I mean func into area. So now let's run this. So we will area dot cpp rectangle area dot cpp, and make it as all files, and save. Okay, now come here, and the command for this is g++ uh, rectangle area dot cpp, then o, then rectangle area. This I have written, and enter. Now such file, oh my god, I guess I have not. I guess I have not saved here. Oh my, sorry. I have not saved this file here. Okay, live rectangle area dot cpp. So you have to keep this mind that you don't save it elsewhere. The location which you have like opened in the terminal should be that location only. So it is giving me some error. What error it is giving? Area is equal to funds L comma B. Okay, so we have not given anything into the L. So let's give it 4 and 5. So I will save it again, and see it is running. So answer would come 4 into 5 should be 20. So I will run this rect area, rect area, rect area. Rect area is not recognized as an internal or external command. .cpp. Rect area, I have created the notepad file only now. Mhm. Oh, I have given it as rect area semicolon. Ah, okay. My mistake. My mistake. Rect area semicolon. Okay. Ah, it is not working. Rect area semicolon. GPP semicolon rect area. It should work, I guess. Rect area semicolon live. Yeah, is not recognized. Actually, we have to create it again only. So it is rect area this and rect area. It is running perfectly. So so what else we have to do to make it as an output? So area is equal to funds 1 4 comma 5. So we can print this area variable. So cout area, and then oh, rect area, something is going bad. 20. So this area we can this L comma B which we have taken earlier, we can pass that also as a user defined. So let me give L and B also. So when we are doing this scene L and scene B, in this way we can also give. So it is like every time user can int L comma B we have not created. So this area comma L comma B, this thing, this thing. So it is asking two things, two values, 7 8 7 8, area is 56. So this is how the function works. uh, then now coming to the functions, basically I am telling you this, like function, it can take any number of values. We have taken here 2, we can take it as 1, we can take it as 2. Even if we want, we don't want to give these values, we can absolutely avoid that and we can give void. I mean no value we are passing. So I mean if I will say like print print function we want to make, which will print my name. Okay, print, and it is not returning anything also. So like I'm not passing anything, I'm not returning anything, I'm only printing. So print. So because we are not returning anything, we have to write here void print, and we will write here print, and this thing, like I will comment it down. This is not the part of this. I mean it is the part, but in not that way. So print cout Sagar program, and then print. So okay, so looking, are you looking this function? It is print and we are not returning anything, we are not passing anything, only it is doing a part of the program, though we can write it down in the main function also, but we have written in this way. And rect area Sagar programming. Now coming into the recursion, enough about the function. Now let's come into the recursion. Let me create a new file. Same thing, hatch include iostream. So the recursion, for recursion we will do few programs I will tell that program. Let me complete this first. Using namespace std and then int main return 0. So this is also basically a function. This main is also a function. It is taking nothing. We are not passing anything, and we are returning int. So whenever this function completes, it returns 0. I mean, we are we are not passing anything and we are returning int, so we are returning 0. 0 means nothing. We can write it as a word also, and that way also works, but int return 0 is like a standardized way of doing. And then, oh yeah, actually in C++ this thing won't work. Like if we will make void and then we will not pass anything in C++ modern compiler, it won't work. But if we will go in older compilers like Turbo C it works finally. Like we will give void main, and at the end we will omit this line, and instead of that there is called cat ch. We write it down at the end. That means we are ending this program, and we are like at the end of the program, but that is not the things in the C++, but though it is a good to know if we will understand that also. And now coming to the recursion. So recursion we will do these many programs. First one is finding, taking natural number. Okay, finding factorial. Second we will take it like finding p to the power q. P power q. Third we will do third which one it was? Area. No. Hmm. Fibonacci series. Fibonacci element and Fibonacci series. Element and Fibonacci series. And fourth one is finding GCD. GCD, and fifth one finding NCR value. That's all for the today. Let's see how many we can do it today. So when we are finding the factorial of a number, before factorial, let me do the factorial of n natural number. Factorial of sum of n. So let's do the factorial of n. Instead of factorial of number, we will do sum of n natural number. Sum of n natural number, and factorial, take it as a homework. So if we are finding this sum of n natural number, so first create int n variable, and we are passing it to a function, sum function. We are passing it to the sum function n. So let's see what we will return at the end we will, how it is returning the value. Then at the end we will see that. Then so sum int n it is taking. So what is the difference between function definition and function prototype is that in this function definition we don't give the data types. Sorry, in function calling we don't give the data types, but in the function definition this is data type. and data type, but in the function definition we give the data types. So int n, we are passing it here, and when we are calculating the n natural number, int, I mean it is returning, some value, no? I mean, I will write it here int because we need that. Return sum. Oh my god, don't know what is happening today. N plus sum n minus 1. Yeah. Now this will come into a case if n is not equal to 0. Yeah, we can say, let me do it in a standard way. If n is equal to 0, then return 0. Else return n plus sum n minus 1. Yeah. And because it is returning something, we can store it in a variable also, and we can print that variable. Sum n, directly we are printing that. Saving it. This is factorial. This is sum of n, only sum we write. All files, cpp.cpp, save. G++ sum.cpp, sum. No such file or directory. Sorry, cpp, it is cpp. Yep. Then sum. It is not finding the sum value because we have not given it as sin. It is asking a value to take, and 5. Until 5 natural number, the sum is 15. Let's check. 5 plus 4, 9, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. 12. Then 12 plus 3, 15. 12, 2 plus 1. Yeah. So it is giving this value. Let's take for small number. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. Like that it is working. So first one is complete. Now let's find out the factorial. You have to find it in this way only, nothing different. You have to just take a product. And now let's find out for the, what is the next question? Finding p power q. Okay. H include iostream using namespace std int main return 0. Finding p power q. So it is also similar to that way only. Int p comma q we are taking here and taking it as an input. You can, if you want, you can give it as a statement also, the enter values of p and q. I'm omitting that. And then call function. What should the name? Power. My power. I guess power is built in. So like, let's
give me that example also. Power P comma Q. If I'm not wrong, then it is this only. C out um, power, my power. My power and my power. Power at P to the power Q. Power was not declared in this scope. Actually, power 3 power 6. It used to work in this way only. Yeah. I will figure this out and I will tell you again. Okay. So let's make it my power function only. So my power, and it will return int my power and int. Now here is also an important thing that here we are giving the values p and q, but in the function definition we can change that also. The variable name we can change. It's your choice. My power, then we are calling this function again and again. So if power, so the answer should be p to the power q, p into p or a to the power b. So my power a will remain as it is, a comma and b minus 1. This is the next step, but a we have to multiply. A we have to multiply, yeah, and then my power. Then we have to return this. Return, yeah, and then when it will stop. The base case should be when b is equal to 0. When b is 0, then it should give it as 1. This, yeah, if b is equal to 0, then return 1. Else return this, yeah, a into my power, correct. Control S, my power, everything is correct now. Int a comma b, return 1, a into power a into b minus 1. I hope everything is correct. It is asking value 2 to the power 3. Let's make it so it should be 2 to the power 3 should be 8. Answer is 8. So we are done with this. Now what is the next question? The Fibonacci element and Fibonacci series. Okay, so let's create a new function. H include IO stream, using namespace int main, return 0 Fibonacci element. Okay, so let's give the function called fib Let's give int n also, int a number, int int n. Okay, int n fib n. This fib we want to find out. Hmm. We will print this cout fib n, and what is it is taking fib int n. If we are calculating fib, no, so if n is equal to, see here two things are there. You can write it in this way also, if n is equal to 1, or n is equal to 2. This is the thing. Then return return 1. Hmm. Else return fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. We have not input the n value, c in n. Fib fib.cpp. G++ fib.cpp fib fib is asking value. Let's give it 3. So 3, first is 1, second is 1. It is 1 plus 1 is 2. So 3's value is 2. Yeah. Again, what will the value of 5? 5, 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So fifth value is 5th. Now, what about Fibonacci list? So Fibonacci list we want to give till n. So we will create a fib list instead of fib n, and from there we will pass the fib function. So fib list int n, okay, fib list we are only doing for printing, so it should be void. Cout fib list n, and void fib list int n. It is taking one value but it is not returning anything. So what we have to do, so at the end we have to add the values. Okay, so we will write it like fib, we will call the function, like we will print fib n, but this has to be at the end. Cout fib n, and we can write it in this way. I mean, we want a space between two elements, so like this we can write, and then it should be at the end. So list fib list n minus 1, fib list n minus 1, yeah, right, fib list n minus 1 would come here. Yeah, until when it is work, it should work when n is till n is positive, till n is positive it should work. So we can write it in this way also. If n is equal to 0, then do nothing, else do this thing. So, or we can write it in this way also. If n is not equal to 0, n is not equal to 0, then do this. Control S. Is everything fine? Yeah, fine. It is asking till which number we want. So let's say we want till three elements only. So it is 112, correct. Let's say take 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Fine, working absolutely fine. So this thing is covered up. Now coming to the next question, finding GCD. GCD. So what is GCD? GCD is greatest common divisor. So one approach of doing the GCD is that we can create two list. We can create two list of divisors of those two numbers, which we want to find. I mean the GCD. Then suppose it is giving two. If we are taking it for 8, so 2, 2. Let me take touch box only. 2 comma 2 comma 2, and in this, let's say we are finding for 6, so it should be 2 comma 6, 2 comma 3, and then we will take the intersection. But this is very tedious approach, I will not recommend. And the computational aspect of GCD is something else. Like if it is 8 comma 6, so if it is 8 comma 6, if we are finding the GCD of 8 comma 6, then call it, then the one which is greater should subtract from the smaller. So 8 minus 6 should become 2 comma, and the one which is smaller will remain as it is. So 2 comma 6, and again do the same thing. The one which is greater should subtract from the smaller. So 6 is greater. So 6 minus 2 is 4, and the smaller will be remain as it is. So 2 comma 4. Now again call it, the one which is greater, the one which is greater should subtract from the smaller. So 4 minus 2 is 2, and the one which is smaller will remain as it is. And when both are equal, any one of the one, I mean when both are equal, the number which is equal, I mean 2 is equal to 2, and even like a comma b, we are taking it the GCD, then we can print a also, we can print b also. This is the computational aspect of GCD, nothing. So you can apply in other values also, 8 comma 9, whatever, 3 comma 3, it will work in every two values. So coming to the code of this, so if you want to write this code by itself, pause this video, write it down by yourself, and if you are stucking, then come back. So what we are doing, Fibonacci, I mean GCD, hatch include IO stream using namespace std, int main, return 0. We are finding GCD of two numbers. So int m comma n. Okay. Let's input these n comma n, scene n, Scene n comma nm. Okay, now gcd, the function which we are passing, it should return anything or not? Yeah, it should return. So cout gcd m comma n. Let's write gcd function. GCD should return a value which will get equal GCD. There we are passing m comma n. Here we can take int a comma b also. So base case will be when both are equal. If a equal to b. If both are equal, already the numbers are equal, then obviously the GCD of those numbers will be any one of them. So we will return a. We are saying we are returning else if a is greater than b. If a is greater than b, then we will call GCD. A is greater than b, so we will call a minus b. A minus b comma b. Yeah, smaller will remain as it is, and we have to return this. Else, I mean, this will be the case when a is less than b, so it will opposite of the previous condition. Return GCD a comma, this time b is greater, so b minus a. Okay, save it. gcd.cpp, all files, save. G++ gcd.cpp oh gcd. Everything is correct. Seems good. GCD, it is asking two values, so let's, the example which we have taken 8 and 6, it should return 2. It is returning GCD 3 comma 2 should return 1. It is returning 1. So this is an example of GCD. Now the next program is of finding NCR value. Include IOStream using namespace std int main return 0 NCR. So we will make the function called NCR. What it will take n value comma r. So the function name is NCR, so don't get confused there. Int n comma r, scene n, then r. It will give some answer, so see out. Int NCR. What NCR does, like we can find the NCR value using a permutation combination formula, NCR is equal to NC n minus 1 CR minus 1 plus n minus 1 CR. So here it will come int n, int r. So if n, the base case, if n is equal to r, if it in the base case, if n is equal to r, I mean we are finding the factorial permutation of 2C2, then it should return 1. Return 1. Else, if n is equal to r, or r is equal to 0, r is equal to 0, then return 1. Else, return NCR n minus 1 comma r minus 1 plus NCR n minus 1 comma r. Yes, I guess it is correct. NCR. G plus NCR dot CPP O NCR, then NCR. It is asking value. Let's find out 3C2. 3C2 is 3 only. 3C2 is 3 only. Okay, so N we are giving 3, 2 we are, R we are giving 2. 3C2 is 3 only. It is giving the right answer. In this way also we can check for all others also. 5 factorial 4, 5CR is 5 only. And let's take some different. 7 factorial 7C3 35, 7C3 will calculate, it will come like around 35 only. Yeah, so that's it for today's. In the next video we will see about the arrays and how we can implement arrays in the recursive function. In the recursive way, how we can implement that uh, arrays. I will tell you how to create an array. And yeah, that's all. Thank you and have a good day.